Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is George, and for today's video, I want to talk about something that I discovered pretty recently. And it's that Manosphere guys are fetishizing Slavic women, and yeah. So so mind you, this is information that I kind of was made aware just this week, obviously, and so and I am making this video, and yeah, so I became aware of this pretty recently, like within this week, and what I came across was the fact that um is that Manosphere, uh guys from the Manosphere, they are now discovering Eastern European women, or Slavic women, and now they are fetishizing them, uh, simply because they are just sick of the sick of the women that they are in proximity, depending on where they live, and and they're calling the very women who they are in proximity with, they're calling them essentially like westernized, as if eh, as if that's supposed to be some kind of slur or something like that. Like, it's confusing to me. um and you probably know you probably know who the Manosphere is, and um how infamous Clavicular is, obviously, with what he's doing, with who he is as a personality, just and what he essentially kind of represents. Um so yeah, this is also kind of and when I mention Clavicular, yes, obviously he's pretty infamous with what he's doing, and it's very interesting how he's kind of like or I think he is the unofficial new, figurehead of the Manosphere, whereas before it was Andrew Tate, and obviously, um Tate kind of you could say, kind of lost aura, and is now to a certain extent, like, irrelevant, but um and he's irrelevant, but yeah. When I mentioned Clavicular, I remember there was this, now um I remember watching something about him, like, through someone else's video, through someone else's, through someone else's explainer video, where he basically um invited this Polish girl in, where to invite his essentially his Polish girl this Polish girl, um like they first had this conversation, um uh, sitting, face to face, at a table, and and then I remember he was with her at his place, and um they were kind of like, or you could say they were hanging out, but when he was asking her questions, um uh, from what I remember seeing, is that he was expecting something, but her response, the way she was responding, kind of he was expecting something. He conjured up this idea of what Slavic women of what Slavic women are essentially. But the conversation he had with the Polish girl really kind of illustrated the fact that the like this girl is more than just like she's more than like her nationality or or and that also goes for um any other Slavic girl. Like they are more than just their nationality, um um and like I said, the whole point of the whole this whole this whole fetishization of like Slavic women or Eastern European women is that they're basically is that these manosphere guys, they're basically saying that the women that where the women where they live, they are in they call them rantru, or they say they're rantru. They also say that they have like a high body count. Um the and 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 just like other things that kind of and now as a response to their dissatisfaction, they're now um shifting shifting their point of view to Eastern European women, which which is kind of unfortunate. But the thing is, um, this sort of fetishization um, is not new. It's been happening. This sort of fetishization of Eastern European women has been happening since the early 2000s, where during the 2000s there was there was this influx in Eastern European models, and you could see and if you have probably seen footage from that time period, you could see Russian, Ukrainian, and Belarusian and Polish women, Polish models on the runway, modeling for obviously popular, um, obviously popular luxury clothing brands, and and also this sort of fetishization feeds. Well, what also feeds into this is that because of the Berlin Wall and and because of the Berlin Wall, just the now and after the fact that it's now it's not there anymore. Just this kind of it almost for them it feels um like something like it's a new world or something or something like that. But and one of the things that I have to mention personally is that um this sort of thing is not really far off from colonialism. Um and if you can kind of like if you really noticed, this also kind of happens uh to like East Asian women. um uh but the thing about which like they are also more than just their nationality, obviously. But it's very hard to not mention there is a colonialistic aspect to it, where if you have read about if you read about what exactly um Eastern what exactly like Western European countries did during the actual colonial period is essentially um is what you is kind of like um it's essentially what they did is this: they basically um well, if you read anything about colonialism when it comes to in about when it comes to let's say what the UK did, what to in India or in other places, what Spain did in Latin America, or what Brazil and the United Kingdom have done in India, or what or what France did in Vietnam during the time when it was like French Indochina. And one of the things you will notice is that like um one of the common thing you will notice is that like the women, usually the women are almost this, they're they're sort of like this um I mean, when it comes to different when it comes to how the colonialists kind of conducted like their whole job during that time period kind of also could affect how the native population was born. But if we're talking about if we're talking about but if we're talking about it in the more in in that sort of usual definition, is what would usually happen is that like um the women, the indigenous women, um they would be kind of like um they would be like essayed in a way. um uh, they would be like essayed in a way, and like um there's also kind of it also kind of like um there's also the aspect of orientalism, and 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 like definitional, and yes, orientalism could be applied to some extent to colonialism. But like when it comes to Eastern European women, like yes, there is sort of like orientalism, but like um but like not so much, because like um where the because the difference is that because like w- what happened to non-white women during colonialism, and what is happening to Slavic women, who are by definition just white women, is very different. Because because like because the thing is that for a lot of these for a lot of these like manosphere guys, the thing that's also driving this fetishization is that is that yeah, it's just it's white women. And obviously um that kind of fits into to the whole like to the whole idea of white femininity being the default type of femininity in America. um and also because they just fit American beauty standards, obviously. um but um but like I said, there is sort of like you could say like Orientalism, and just the saddest part about this whole thing is that like it's like you want and it's like in today's world, in today's world, living where I live, it's like you want anyone who visits your country to just um to kind of appreciate, to kind of like to learn about new culture, and to appreciate its customs and traditions, but it's like y- and and that's what and that's what obviously and anyone wants to eh, like anyone who is uh, well mannered and just like a good person uh just wants to do, but like these people just like are not like they should just like it's like it just like I don't know, it's like mm, mm, the people like people it's people like the like we're talking about just like whole like people who are not really who people who are not really a walking stereotype obviously. And for me here's a so and for me as a person in in Eastern Europe, I will give you just a small example of 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 just I would just tell you one thing. The women that I am in proximity with, and my own mother, the my own my female classmates, anyone who a, anyone any woman in this region of the world are not a stereotype. And like if you have the due diligence or the interest to read up uh read up of my country's history, you'll probably learn something. And you'll probably learn something, but like it's not gonna happen because um most people just it's not something that people it's not something people most people think about. So yeah, um I'm here just to tell you that like I'm in proximity with these women like my own mother is not just a stereotype. Like they are not a stereotype. I'm telling you, and I'm telling it. I'm telling this to you as a person who who just lives here and is born here. So yeah, um, I also have some personal stake in this because these are the very people who um who these are the very people who like like you don't you just like we who, these are just regular people for me or just for anyone. So yeah, um thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to make this video because um there needs to be someone out there on the internet who just says it how it is and just like no, they're not a stereotype. And I can say that just take it from me, don't mess with Slavic women, just don't. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.